even now, I know you got your Sunday go to meeting clothes, and I know you just finished shouting over a good song, and I know you got excited over the opportunity to give, but some of us this morning woke up looking at our hand. And you said, God, before I lay down tonight, you've got to help me make a decision on whether or not to play on or to throw it in. Oh, but look at somebody next to you and tell them, give God one more shot. Oh, glory be to God. You've got to give him one more try, because even though it looks bad, the good news is God is still God. He's still God. And so when you find yourself looking and observing your life and finding yourself in the position where it appears that your life is out of balance, I want you to know, don't feel like you're the first one to walk in those footprints. Because honestly, there's a long line of lives ahead of you that have walked in the footsteps of what looked like a failed life, a non-productive life, an unfair life. That's where we find this woman walking in footsteps that represent what she felt was an unfair life. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. All I've ever done was good, but all I've ever received was bad. It ain't fair. I'm the first one to church and the last one to leave, but I feel like I always leave empty-handed. It ain't fair. I don't get caught up in cliques. I don't care if I don't sit on the front row. It don't matter if Bishop Co-Pastor don't know my name, but it seemed like those that play church politics and those that kiss up get all what looks like to be the blessing, and here I am struggling to keep my hand on the plow. It ain't fair. I'm obedient in my biblical principles of stewardship. I give my tithe and I give my offering. I plant my seed offering. But always on Friday, it don't look like I got enough to make ends meet. But yet the drug dealer eating filet mignon. Yet the drug dealer riding in a bin, sitting on dubs. It ain't fair. And so here she is, walking in steps that says, what did I do to end up with this hand? What did I do, Bishop, to end up always with the short end of the draw? Because if you do some research on her life always seems to be one-sided. Here we find a woman, first and foremost, experiencing excruciating pain. The pain of what Solomon referred to in verse number 6 of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, when he said there's a time to get and a time to lose. She wouldn't mind her life if it represent the balance of that verse, getting and losing. But it looks like all she's ever had in her life was the losing part. We find that now she's defined not by her person, but by her problem. They referred to her as a widow woman. Here was a woman who at one point in her life was whisked away in the masculine, strong arms of her knight in shining armor. He picked her up out of the situation that she was in and said, "You're all mine now. I'll protect you for the rest of your life. I'll provide for you as long as you live. When you hear a creak in the night, you don't have to get nervous, baby, because your man's got your back. Oh, glory be to God. When it's time to take care of the grass, I don't want you riding on no mower. I want you just to bring me some sweet tea because your man is on the job." And so here she is. with memories of every Valentine's Day eating Godiva chocolates. Here she is, every anniversary being whisked away to Cancun. Here she is with memories of hearing that deep, sultry, baritone voice after a hard day's work say, "Honey, I'm home." But now she woke up one day and it's all gone. No protection, no provision, all by herself. And while she's dealing with the loss of her husband, we catch her now in a very familiar flow of life, walking back in the same steps that she thought she'd never see again. The last time she took that stroll out the city gate of Nain, she was going to deposit the remains of her man in the ground. But now she's walking behind his seed, the chip off the old block, daddy's boy. Y'all don't mind if I work through here, do you? And so she's walking, following the feet of Junior. And for a minute, she probably felt like the children of Israel who wandered in the same wilderness year after year after year. Haven't I been through this before? And some of you right now, you're smiling to keep from crying, and you're holding it together to keep from falling apart because you just asked yourself this past week, haven't I been through this before? And so now she's walking behind her son, having flashbacks of the pain of this previous experience. And she's already resolved to the fact of another loss. And while she's walking, the word tells us, Calvary, that much people were with her. It says much people were with her. It did not say they were for her. And you got to be careful when crowds show up. Oh God, crowds have a unique way of always showing up at the worst moment of your life. They always want to see what you're going to do and see how you're going to react. And while the crowd was with her, there was a sublime